Okay, well, welcome everyone. This is Chris with Beyond Pay, and I'd like to welcome you to today's webinar. At Beyond Pay, we are guided by three simple principles, and they are to learn, collaborate, and care. So I want to start by saying thank you for being a customer. Thank you for taking the time to be with us today. We care about you. We care about your day. We care about your reputation, and we care about your success. So thank you again. And as you already know, Beyond Pay is about more than just payroll. We want you to actually use your HR technology. And that's why we're very excited about our new user interface and some of the new features that we are rolling out. You know, it's more than just a facelift. Our new user interface provides a whole new array of functionality that will help managers, supervisors, employees, and administrators get more out of the system. You know, I always like to say that the HR system is like the refrigerator of business applications, always on, and it's used by everyone. And the data you can get out of it is also among the best data for making decisions because it has to be correct. So today's webinar, we're going to focus on one aspect of the new user interface, specifically the enhanced tools for viewing and requesting time off. This is just, again, it's a small piece of the benefits of the new UI. So stay tuned. We're going to be updating you with a lot more information on some of the new features. And if you haven't already scheduled a time to switch over to the new user interface, please contact your customer support rep and they can get you on the schedule. With that, I'm going to turn it over to Camilla. Oh, and one more reminder, as we move through, you can post questions in the Q&A box at the bottom of your screen, and we'll do our best to answer them at the end of the presentation. Camilla, they're all yours.
Thanks, Chris. Hey guys, my name is Camilla and I'm a certified payroll professional. I've been with Beyond Pay for about 3 years now as a customer service representative. I'm super well versed in all things concerning accrual profiles and time off requests. I've been working with a lot of companies now, and they've come to me with anything from very simple time off requests that just involve a sick time policy to very complicated multiple profile companies that need to track multiple time offs and have multiple levels of approval. So with that, I'm very excited to show you what we have to offer for you today. As Chris mentioned, our system has taken a brand new look. So our new UI has significantly changed the functionality of the time off request, just approving it, getting the employee submitting requests, being able to view your balances. It's very improved. We love the way it looks, and so we'd love to share it with you. If you haven't noticed and you haven't been switched over to our new UI yet, please be sure to reach out to your customer service representative. As Chris has mentioned, it's free of charge. We'll be able to walk you through the changes. We can make it as seamless as we possibly can for you, and we can do it on your time. But please be sure to reach out to us, and we can get that kicked off for you. So today we'll be going through just the view of the employee and how they would actually go into the system and request time, and being able to make sure that they have enough time to request, and then focusing on the manager perspective and just being able to approve that time off request, making sure that the employees are on track of taking time that they have available, and just being able to manage the employee balances and per employee and also per department. So by the end of the day today, I'll be able to show you how that looks like in both the system and also our HCM to go app, and then just how that can help improve the way you run your company. So with that, I'm going to switch over to the system because that's what we're here to see. So I'm logged in as my employee Thomas here. So as you see, Thomas has already taken off 24 hours this period. He has taken off Monday and Tuesday, and he's actually off today. And as he's spending time with his family on this gloomy Wednesday, he's decided that he wants to take one more day off. So you can go right here into the menu and go into a shortcut that I would click correctly, which is request. So right here, he can choose what time off he would like to take, which will be vacation, because that's what he's been on for the past 3 days. And right before he even requests time, he's able to see his balance. He's able to see that he's taken 2 days. So one scheduled day is actually today, it's not over yet. but he has 8 days available. So he's still able to take his time. So he's going to go ahead and select his day on the calendar. He wants to take off tomorrow, start the request. It's going to be a full day, and he just wants to put in a comment, extra day off. And just like that, he's gone ahead and submitted his request. So with that, the employee side is actually pretty simple, as you can see, and we're actually done with it. The employee now can wait patiently to make sure that the manager has approved their time off. So as I switch over here to the manager side, we can definitely make sure that your managers are receiving emails as the employees are submitting time off requests, so that way they are aware that there's something awaiting for them in the system. So once my manager Dylan has received an email notification that a time off has been submitted, he can log into the system. You'll notice that the view is a little bit different here for the manager, as the manager has access to employees.
Can I ask a quick question? So what you're looking at here, you're looking at the view from a desktop. Was this available on the mobile app, and will it look any different?
No, that's actually the really cool part about our app and your desktop here, is that they're very similar. What you see here on the desktop, the employee and the manager will be able to follow exactly on their app.
So any device?
Any device. So once the manager logs in here, they will be able to go into their to-do items here in the top right corner, and the little red one will indicate that there's something that the manager needs to be aware of. So this right here, he'll be able to see that Thomas, his employee, has put in a time off request for 1 day tomorrow. Before the manager might want to request approve the request, he might want to check to see that no other employees are actually off on this day, because he doesn't want too many employees being off on the same day. So just by following the icon here, he's able to see that there's no one else scheduled to be off tomorrow. So he can go ahead and approve the time off request. Just by going ahead and doing that from his to-do items, the time off request has now populated the employee's timesheet. By populating the timesheet, it has also reduced the employee's balance. So just by going in and approving that request with one click of a button, he's able to then be confident that the balances are correct. Right here, we're able to see that Thomas has now jumped to 32 hours off this week. Other than that, the manager is able to quickly see that Becca has also been off for 4 hours this week. But other than that, all of his other employees have been working through the week. So we have some cool charts that we can set up here, and based on your needs, we'll be able to show you how exactly your employees are spending their time in the office, or rather out of the office. Another thing that you might want to consider is, well, as my employees are taking time off, how are they managing their time? So here we can show that employees are earning time in the light green. So some employees are staying right on track. Nicole here, as she's earning time, she's taking time. So she's staying right on schedule with her time off balances, while Aiden, on the other hand, has been taking a little bit more time than he's actually earned. So just by running a really quick report, you're able to see how your employees are doing. You might want to ask Aiden to be sure to wait until his time is earned before he takes more time, while you can urge Carol to take a day off, because she has been earning time throughout the year but hasn't taken a single day off. Now, this might be something that the manager may be asking themselves as you're looking at the individual employee, while a payroll admin may be focusing on more of a larger perspective. So they might be more considering, well, how are my departments doing? I can see that my admin department has been earning time, but they haven't actually been taking all of it. So they're pretty on schedule. If something comes up, they're able to take more time as a whole, while my operations team is actually pretty on track with taking their time off as they've earned it. This quick view may also show you the difference between admin that are earning time versus operations, and might make you think, well, maybe we should consider giving our operations team a little bit more time, since there is that gap between our admin and operations. So just really quickly, within seconds, you're able to view a report and see and compare how you're giving your employees time and then how they're earning that time. So with that, as Chris has mentioned, the app actually looks very similar as a desktop. So with our new UI, we're able to very seamlessly switch between the desktop and the app. The HCM2Go app is pretty much a replica of the system, and the employee is able to go in and request time off just as they would have on the computer, and then the manager is able to go in and approve that time off request and also view any reports and make sure that the employees are staying on track. And with that, Liz, I hand it over to you with any questions.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Camilla. Just a reminder, like Chris said at the top, you can drop any questions that came up while Camilla was talking in your Q&A box at the bottom. A question that I actually have is, what if a manager isn't in the system every day? Is it able to set up email notifications when an employee requests time off so that they're always in the know?
Most definitely. We can set up workflows in which a manager will be notified as soon as an employee submits a request. And then as soon as the manager actually approves and or rejects that time, the employee will then be notified of what happened with their time off request. So whether they're okay to take that day off tomorrow or not.
Okay. And I know sometimes it gets a little confusing about the prerequisites for PTO and accruals in this system. So what would you say someone needs to get started with this?
I personally like to take the approach of a conversation. It's so much easier to understand the policy when we're able to just understand how exactly your employees are earning their time, how are they taking the time, if there are any requirements before they can take time, or have you already been recording it through an outside service, or have you been just tracking it on an Excel sheet? Just understanding what your process has been so far, and then by doing that, I'll be able to then very quickly transition you over into the system and help you better that process and automate that process and be able to run reports. And especially for new laws that are coming out, such as the new sick laws that are coming into place across the states, just being able to run reports and show your auditors, hey, I've been giving my employees time. This is the time they've been taking. This is the time that I've paid them for. Once we start tracking that in the system, it's very easy to run those reports.
Got it. Perfect. And does someone need to have our TLM module to get started with this PTO and accrual add-on?
Most definitely not. We have many companies now that do not have time and labor management, but are tracking accruals with us. It will work the exact same way, just as an employee will be able to view their balances through their profile and request time off. And once they are taking that time, the admin can put the time that's been taken onto the pay statement, and that will reduce the balance.
Okay, that makes sense. Well, thank you. That's all the questions that I have at this moment. And I'll just go ahead and reiterate, if you are not on the new UI already, but are interested, we highly encourage you to make that switch now, sooner rather than later. It's totally free of charge at this point in time. So if you're looking to make that switch, you can just go ahead and reach out to your support rep at support@beyondpay.com. And you can also ask them about adding the PTO and accruals module, or feel free to reach out to sales@beyondpay.com. And either place will be happy to help you. And with that, we'll go ahead and give you a few minutes back in the rest of your Wednesday. I hope everyone has a great rest of their week, and have a great day too. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Camilla. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
All right.